Ever since I was a kid, I was like, well, I need to move away. I wanted to get out and escape.
Ladies and gentlemen, when it's tuning into SU, please welcome to the stage, Chris Carter.
Good evening. How's everyone feeling tonight? Good, really. We're going to start by clapping your hands. Very simple, right? I'll lead the way, you follow. Let's go.
So before Benidorm, I used to live in a village. It was like a farmer's village in Leicestershire. It was really quiet, boring. We used to go camping a lot. And ever since I was a kid, I was like, well, I need to move away. I wanted to get out and escape and get somewhere a bit more busy and entertaining. And then I came on holiday to Spain in 2019. It was actually in a place called Benidorm, which is down near Malaga. And basically, I was on holiday for 2 weeks with family, and then I just stayed, completely just stayed. I had 50 euros in my pocket and world's the oyster and all that. But when we was on holiday, there was like an advert in the hotel saying that they wanted British people to do like entertainment in the hotel, playing pool games and stuff like that, bit of stage work and everything. And I just, bit of Dutch courage, couple of pints one night, and I went for it. I just applied, and they gave me the job there and then, so I just never went back. But back in England, my primarily job was, when I originally started working, I used to build skate parks, which was one of the coolest jobs I've ever had. But I used to skate as well. And me and a couple of guys in our skate team, we got sponsored by Extreme Sports. So they used to provide us with like t-shirts and things to take with us to our events. We also had the Extreme Sports energy drink. I don't even know if they do them anymore, but years ago, 2004, they used to do them. And then I broke my leg skating. And that kind of ended that whole thing. So then I potted around from job to job between that. And the last job I had before I came here was building windows in conservatories, believe it or not. Plastic frames and all this. But then moving here was the best decision I ever made, because it's opened up a world of things that I never realized I could do or have. Singing was something that I fell into when I got here. So it's all been a very new and exciting adventure for the last, well, since 2007 when I moved here. But yeah, there's loads of different things. So I'm Chris Carter, which it's kind of like a pseudonym, because it's a play on my name, because my name's actually Gary Allen Carter. Gary Allen Crisp Carter. And then when I decided to come and do shows in Benidorm, I realised that Gary was a very, very boring name. Nobody wants to go watch Gary on stage. So I decided to use my last two names instead, and hence that's why it's Crisp Carter. But what's funny is people call me Chris. There's only a very select few people that call me Gary, and then like family call me Gaz. But as far as most people, I'm quite happy with Chris. It's become my name, if that makes sense, over the years. So, but living in Benidorm is one of them things. You try and keep your personal life and the work environment, especially in entertainment, separate. So I actually like it that way. So my Facebook's all run as Chris Carter. I don't really put much personal stuff on. Sometimes I put some videos of my son, but other than that, you just keep it very, very separate, because that way, you know, you're not getting too much into your life when you're doing this sort of work. Obviously, with doing things like this, obviously you open it up a little bit, which is good, because then you get to see the other side of it. And a lot of people don't realise like what goes into it, not just in the work side of things, but what you have to put from your personal life into this sort of profession. So it's strenuous, but worth it in the end. Worth it in the end.
Just tell people a little bit about your job, about your profession, like what you do.
So, with my profession, obviously entertaining and performing, I have two sides. So I do singing shows where, like, I do an Ed Sheeran tribute And before I'd even did Rocket Man, which was based on the movie, and I actually own the copyright to that in Spain as a stage or as a show, 50-50 with a partner as well. But then the other side of things, which is more my passion, which is the rap side of things. So doing an Eminem tribute, which is something that I wanted to do about 10 years ago, but I wasn't ready. Not that I wasn't vocally ready to rap the songs, I wasn't emotionally or psychologically ready, because it's a very demanding sort of show. I mean, Eminem, there's no reserves with Eminem, so it's just straightforward. But it's something that I'm really passionate about and I really enjoy it, especially the Eminem. Ed Sheeran's good, it's a fun show, it's a throwaway show, and you know, families enjoy it and you can have a laugh with people, whereas Eminem's completely different. It's a show that's more, you say what you say, and if people don't like it, then they leave. That's kind of it. But then that's the whole perception of Eminem. It's all just about saying what you want to say. But I do on average in the summer, I can do between 4 to 6 shows a night. In the winter seasons, a bit quieter seasons, I will do between 2 and 3 a night. That's because you've got no seatbelt on, Frank. That's why. I know. It will just get louder. I know, it will just keep fucking having a go at you.
Hang on. Hey, can you pull this in over me?
It will not stop.
Yeah, I know. It is pretty relentless. I'll get
Oh,
it, man.
mate.
No, man, we can just crack on.
No, it's fine. It's funny. Yeah. It's
You got it, babe.
There you go.
Perfect.
Now it will stop.
So there we go. Right, so you were saying about the show, sorry.
Yeah, so yeah, it can vary. It can vary. Like in the summer, like August this year, I was doing an average 5-6 shows every night, and it's one after another. So I'll generally start at 9 o'clock. So then I'll do a 9, a 10, 11, a 12, and then a 1. But then sometimes I'll start early and I'll do an 8 o'clock show, which I don't mind doing. I'm not too keen on doing it because then it can sometimes bring it up to too many shows. Because you have to, it's the same as anything. If you overwork any muscle in your body, then it gets tired and strained. But I'm also absolutely ruthless with work, so I won't turn work down. So if I've already got 5 shows and somebody offers me another show, I will take it, regardless of how I feel, because it's one of them things, it might not be there one day. So take what you can get when you can get it. But then the winter months come for me, and especially like my Eminem shows, they're not as in demand in the winter because the clientele is different. It's a bit of an older group, they want older styles of music, but it's actually quite a relief because I can get to like December and then actually start taking a couple of nights off, because since February the 28th, I've had 8 nights off in total, and 4 of them were due to the fact that I had tonsillitis, which I've only just got over about 6 nights ago, which anybody that sings or in any profession where you have to use your voice, getting tonsillitis or strep throat or anything wrong with your throat, that's it, it's game over, because there's nothing else you can do. Years ago, I'll go on stage with anything. I'll go on stage with colds. I've broken my ribs and I've been on stage. I broke my hand and went on stage with a cast. So normally nothing will stop me getting up and getting on. But when it comes to the throat, when I had tonsillitis, that was it. That was game over. I probably wasn't ready to go back to work when I started, and I can still feel it now. But no, get back in the game. Keep going. Keep going.
We're still